All right, so it's Saturday, May 30th, 2026, and today we finally found out the answer to that question a lot of people have been asking in the wrestling business, because we've been hearing for months that Major League Wrestling, MLW, has been trying to get itself a weekly television deal to start airing its show MLW Fusion on a weekly basis for the first time since 2023. People are asking, like, okay, when is it going to start? They've been saying things, okay, yeah, we're going to start airing that show, but they never say when it's going to start airing. Well, today they finally told us when it's going to start airing, where it's going to start airing. So now we find out that it seems like, well, unfortunately, it didn't get on television, but it is on their YouTube channel called MLW, and it starts today, and they have a 2-hour premiere, and that's going to be on YouTube at 6:05 p.m., and it's also going to be on a couple of other places, a couple of other paid streaming sites. It's going to be on Veeps.com. That's spelled Veeps.com. And basically, that's the website where they're going to hold the quarterly pay-per-views that they plan on doing. So basically, you can see it for free, the weekly show for free on their YouTube channel, and the quarterly pay-per-views will be held on Veeps.com. And that's basically a website that primarily is used to do like pay-per-view, like concerts and maybe pay-per-view comedy specials, that type of thing. And it's also MLW. Also, they're going to be airing their weekly show on the paid streaming site beIN Sports. So it looks like on Saturdays they're going to be airing the show on 6:05 p.m. on Saturdays. On Veeps.com, it'll be available at 9 p.m. and beIN Sports, it'll be available at 10 p.m. Now let's take a look at what the lineup is for their 2-hour season premiere that's tonight. It's basically Major League Wrestling. It's an interesting wrestling company. It seems like it's primarily a lot of former WWE people and people that were in TNA and AEW. So even if you've never seen Major League Wrestling, MLW, before, most of these people would be people you'd be familiar with, it would seem. Let's see what the heck is going on here with their the lineup for tonight. It looks like it's going to start off with a highlights from a press conference that include Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux. And Karrion Kross, he's their current MLW world champion, and him and his wife from WWE, of course. And as far as the match lineup goes, we have Austin Aries, formerly of WWE and TNA. He'll be in there against Trevor Lee, formerly known as Cameron Grimes in WWE. And Cameron Grimes, he's one of those people that, in NXT, they were making a big ordeal out of him. It's like they had him being the NXT champion, but unfortunately, when they brought him up to the main roster, they barely did anything with him. I think they only had him win, one match, and then, they always they rarely ever had the guy on TV to begin with, and then when they did, they basically made him lose, and then they had him in, in a battle royal or something like that, and then after that, they pretty much fired the guy. So yeah, they didn't do much with him, but I know they did a lot with him back in TNA, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with him in a Major League Wrestling there. And I'll be surprised if I probably will enjoy this event better than tomorrow's WWE Clash in Italy premium live event, that'll be on at 2 p.m. tomorrow. I'll probably get more out of this Major League Wrestling event here, than that other show with WWE, because, let's see, other matches that will be on Major League Wrestling's debut, or the beginning of this new season for them, will be Alex Hammerstone, formerly of TNA, versus Bishop Dyer, formerly known as Baron Corbin in WWE. And right now, these were taped a few months back, so it's at that time, Baron Corbin, now currently called Bishop Dyer in MLW, he was an MLW tag team champion along with Donovan Dijak that from WWE. But now it seems like the rumors are that Baron Corbin, he's headed back to WWE, they're going to rehire him, and it looks like maybe they'll even have him being in some kind of a storyline with Danhausen. People are wondering if, with Danhausen doing the paranormal science fiction storylines that he's doing and stuff, where he's pretending he's like bringing he's bringing a body back to life or something. They have this body underneath a sheet, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the storyline that they're doing right now, where they're gonna say, okay, he's bringing Baron Corbin back to life or something like that. So who knows? We'll see if that's what really happens here. Because who knows? And other matches that they're gonna have on this Major League Wrestling Fusion event are going to be Shotzi Blackheart, formerly of WWE, versus Priscilla Kelly, formerly known as Gigi Dolan of WWE. And another match they have listed is Scarlett Bordeaux, formerly of WWE, versus Aaliyah James. She's formerly of WWE NXT UK, back when they used to do that weekly show. And she's also been on AEW, doing some appearances on there. Also on MLW's, season premiere, they have a wrestler who's big on the independent scene called Zamaya. She's debuting against Carolina Cruz. And also this next match, we have a bunch of former WWE people here. We have Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. And they're going up against Joe Coffey and Mark Coffey. And all those people formerly of WWE there. And next match, we have Adam Brooks. He's an Australian wrestler seen in TNA, a few times in recent months. Well, he's going to be on the show, and he's in there against Diego Hill. And we also have Matt Riddle, formerly of WWE. They say he's on the lineup to be on the show. A couple of other things. We have the Contra Unit does a promo, and we have a tribute to CMLL Lucha Libre Wrestling legend Blue Panther, who's the current MLW Cruiserweight Champion. And let's see, we also have a segment, The Secret Origins of Don Gato. Along with, they also have, other WWE wrestlers that they got. Also have Kushida. They have him being the MLW Middleweight Champion. And like we said before, Donovan Dijak, he's an MLW Tag Team Champion right now. And let's see what else we got here. Also in the company, we have Mystico. He's formerly the original Sin Cara. WWE, they had like two guys that played Sin Cara. Mystico, he was the original Sin Cara, and then they had Hunico playing the second Sin Cara after, unfortunately, they terminated Mystico as the original Sin Cara. I guess they thought like his style, he had a very absolutely insane high flying style that just seemed like it was just, I don't know, WWE felt like it's like you're gonna get too injury prone doing that crazy of a high flying style. And I think that was in large part why they ended up terminating the guy. And let's see, and also WWE. They also have Wolfgang. He was from that company, and he's now also in MLW right now. And let's see, what else we got here. Also, we have a former WWE announcer, Rich Brennan, who real name is Rich Piccini. He goes by that name now, and he's on this show still. And also, the announcers for the show will be Filthy Tom Lawler. He's a former UFC fighter. You often see him on with on F4W Online with their podcast, our Wrestling Observer Live with Brian Alvarez. So you'll see Filthy Tom Lawler as an announcer on MLW's weekly shows, along with Joe Dombrowski and Rich Piccini, who he was doing the announcing for MLW shows. Now he's still going to be on the show, but he's going to be kind of giving these quote unquote exclusive breaking news reports during the show. So we'll still see him on there. From what I remember him back when he was in the on WWE NXT in the early days, he was basically the guy. He he was kind of this prim and proper looking guy. He kind of reminded you of the character Clark Kent. He had the black rimmed glasses and all that. So I mean, he was good from what I remember and all that. So so that's pretty much the main stuff that we'll be seeing on there. And as you can see now, for the first time, I've learned how to do some video retention editing and stuff. So I now I can put pictures of stuff for people to look at on my YouTube videos, which is good. So, and I really like to, I feel like I want to try to see now that I really can kick it into the next gear with the video retention editing and putting the pictures up there. I want to see if I can even do, like, say, a daily video for wrestling, because it just seems like there's so much that you could talk about. There's so much chaos going on in the wrestling business. I could easily do a wrestling video every single day, because wrestling is just one of those topics that I'm like obsessed with. It's like, it seems like I'm obsessed with, like, wrestling and music, history, astronomy. And also silent films that were made from 1929 and earlier and stuff. So it's just, there's so much you could talk about with the wrestling business and all that right now. So much chaos going on. It's like, yeah, I feel like I really want to start going forward, doing a wrestling video every day. So it's like, hey, if this video resonates with you, hey, please give it a like, please subscribe, do whatever you want to do with that, because, definitely want to kick it into the next gear with this YouTube channel. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again on the next video. Take care.